Hi guys, and welcome back from Carly at the Hook and Knot Nook. As many of you guys know, over the last few weeks, my crochet classes and I can't play croquet, crochet classes and I have been doing many different patterns to make baby blankets, from filet crochet to put in little messages, puff stitches. We did manage to sneak in an extra class, as the survival camp that I was booked to go and assist with got cancelled due to the bad weather. So in our extra class, we were working on this really cute shell stitch pattern for baby blankets. Now in the class, we were looking at alternating the colors by finishing off each section of rows and then just attaching a new color. But while in my local haberdashery, I came across this gorgeous bambino prints. It color changes within the same yarn and it is so soft. So I'm just going to be showing the quick idea of how you do the shell stitch blanket today. I'm using that beautiful color changing bambino prints. As I said, it is really so soft, perfect for baby blankets, and a 3.5mm hook, as I want my shells to be quite tight. But you could up a crochet size or two and you would then have a much looser pattern or stitch to your blanket. This is a great beginner pattern, as it is just a repetition of the 2 rows over and over again until you get the length that you want. We'll be working in US terms. All you need to know is chains, single crochets, and double crochets in US terms. As with all of our projects, we will be starting with a slip knot on our hook. Now, as this one is only for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to be doing a small section just to show you guys how to do it. And we will be chaining in multiples of 6 till you get your required width of your blanket. For a pushchair blanket, I usually go with 60. Same for a Moses basket, I guess. For a cot, I would go up to 72, maybe even 84, depending on what size bed it is. But you're just going to work in multiples of 6 until you get your required width. I'm only going to do 24, so 4 multiples of 6 for this demonstration version. So once you have your required width in multiples of 6, you're then going to chain a further 2. Now I like to do a row of single crochets first, as I think it helps keep the form of the blanket. This is less important if you intend to put an edging on. However, I don't mind there being a double edging on the bottom if I decide to add an edging afterwards. So into the second chain from the hook, we are going to do our first single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet in every chain along. So my multiple of 6 was 24. I chained 2 more. We're single crocheting in the second from the hook, so I will now have 25 single crochets. And the reason for this is each of the shells works over 6 stitches or 6 chains or stitches, and you need to mirror each side. So 1 at the beginning, 5 in between, so on and so forth. And then you need that extra 1 at the end so that both ends are the same. Hope that makes sense. So now I have my foundation row of single crochets. Now if you didn't want to do this foundation row, you would skip this one, and instead of single crocheting all the way along from the second stitch in the hook, you would just turn your work and you would single crochet into the second and then complete this pattern. So we're going to turn our work and single crochet in the base of that chain. which is the last single crochet from the previous round. We're then going to skip the next 2 stitches and we're going to double crochet into the third, and we're going to do that 4 more times. So 5 double crochets in that third stitch along. Obviously, if I'm going too fast, please pause while you catch up. So that's 5 double crochets in that same stitch. We're then going to skip the next 2 and single crochet into the third single crochet from the previous round. Again, if you didn't do the foundation row, this would be skipping 2 chains. We're then going to skip the next 2 and repeat 5 double crochets into that third stitch along. And it really is this simple for row 1, just repeating this process of a single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochets in the third, skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochets. Continue that all the way to the end. I'll meet you there. So I'm just completing my final shell, 3, 4 and 5. 5, sorry. And you should have 3 stitches left. So again, skip 2 and single crochet in that last one. And that's row 1 completed. Nice and easy in my case, because I did 4 multiples of 6, or 4 multiples of 6. I have 4 shells on my first row. So for row 2, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work, and we're going to do a half a shell. So we're going to do, well, a little bit more than half. So we're going to do 2 double crochets back into the base of that chain 3, which is the chain single crochet from the previous round. We're going to skip 2 and then into the third of the 5 double crochets from the previous round with a single crochet. We're then going to skip 2 again, and we're going to work into the single crochet with 5 double crochets. So a shell into that chain 1 space, and 5, again skipping 2 and single crocheting into the top of the next shell, or the third of those double crochets. Again, skip 2 and 5 double crochets into the single crochet from the previous round. And again, we're going to continue this till we get to the end, and pause now and I'll meet you guys there. I'm assuming you're going to have a lot more shells to do than I am. So I'm coming to the end of row 2. I've just done a single crochet in the top of the middle of the doubles, or the previous shell, and then in that single crochet at the end, we're going to go in with 3 more double crochets, mirroring the beginning. And that is really it. It's such a pretty pattern. At this point, you could choose to change your colors. If you're not using a color changing yarn, you could just finish off, attach the new one and start working back the other way. But because I'm using the color changing yarn, I don't feel the need to do this. So for row 3, repeating row 1, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet into the top of that double crochet, then find that single crochet and go in with 5 double crochets. Again, miss 2 and single crochet in the top of the next shell, or the middle basically double crochet of that chain 5. And just repeat rows 1 and 2 until you get your preferred length of your blanket. As many of you know, I hate to undo a project even when I'm just doing these demonstration ones and it's a little bit small. Pretty much everything I do ends up going in the kids' doll houses for their Barbies, etc. So that's probably where this one's gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed this really quick instructional on how to do the shell stitch. Let us know if you give it a go. If you do, feel free to add some photos, comment down below. If you did like the video and found it useful, it's always appreciated if you do hit like, just to let us know that, you know, we're putting out the kind of content that you do actually want to see. We feel free to subscribe, and I think we are actually going to be getting on with our Halloween DIYs now, as the girls are getting very eager. But if I do fit in another crochet class before then, I will definitely be uploading it. Thanks. Bye.